Hey everybody, this is Jimmy Blevins. Welcome to part 3 of building a site with the Mozaic platform. So going on down to the next section, this is where we had the Energy Freedom Project information. So again, not too much different than what we've already got going. I just changed the background color to that darker blue. And then over here, I'm going to get rid of this text and add in an image. And then we're going to swap out this text over here. Looks like we got a couple blocks, so I'm going to get rid of one. So I've only got one to mess with. And this is this text right here. And if you're noticing, a little bit of setup really goes a long way. So just need to find D make money. Yes. A-B this. Looks like we had a sans serif. Looks like the font was a little bit bigger. Just want to do it. And then I added another row underneath and moved these sliders into it. I just thought they looked better going all the way across. It looks like I've got like a serious margin or a pattern going on here, so I want to change that. Yeah, this 132 pixels on the bottom. Change that to, let's try 40. Actually, I think I'm just going to get rid of that altogether. There we go. All right, so then these, you can see over here what I did with them. Passion, ambition, and pure adventure. Okay, and then the next one, I think I called that ambition. That was 90%. Okay, then the last thing I want to do is just clean up some settings. Seems like whenever I work on these bar counters, the settings get blown out a little bit. So I just want to bump this up just a hair to 16. And that looks good. It's not identical to what I have over here, but I mean, I can jump in the settings and look, but actually I kind of like them a little bit bigger and the bar is going all the way across. So that section is done. The next section that we've got on this form is we've got a little application here, and I got this application from the Energy Freedom Project website. Why reinvent the wheel if it's already been done? So, and this is actually part of a multi-site silo. So the easiest way to do this is I'm going to pop out of the Visual Builder really quick, because I've got the form exported in a JSON file, and then I just need to pull that in. Okay, so we're going to go to Forms, Import, Export. This is how we're going to pull the form right here into Gravity Forms to use on the website. So I click here on Import Forms, and then that's going to give me the ability to choose a file. And I've got it right here, this Gravity Forms Export JSON file. Go ahead and import that in, just takes a couple seconds. It's only a 6K file. And then when I click here on Forms, you can see the join now is in there. And I'm not going to get into the settings. I'm going to do another tutorial on how to build Gravity Forms. But for now, for these websites, that's how you import it. So I've got a Gravity form all set up and ready to go. So what I want to do now is jump back into my pages and get back into the editor for the home page. Okay. So now let's get down here to our section where we're going to be adding this form. I'm just going to go ahead and edit this section. I'm going to grab this text straight from this web page. Just paste it in here. I'm going to make the header font just a little bit bigger. About 36 pixels, and I'm going to make it bold. Text color dark. This looks like I've got a header text color that's set. Nope, that's for the header. Text color. Switch that back to the default setting. Close that out. Get rid of this client's header. Get rid of this row down here. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to add another text section. And you'll notice here in the Visual Builder, and I think this is a bug, so I wanted to show you guys this, the forms, the ability to add a gravity form isn't here. So what we're going to have to do, so I'm going to close out of this really quick. You're going to have to save this, and then we're going to have to jump back into the backend builder to add the form in. So I'm going to click here on Edit Page. I'm going to scroll down here. I believe this is where our text is. Perfect, and you can see here the Gravity Forms button is there. So we've just got to grab the form. And all I did there was just disable it. It has like a description and a title, but I've already put that on the page. So I'm going to update that, and then we can jump back into the Visual Builder once that reloads. So you can see our form filled in there perfectly. The last thing I want to do is just get rid of this background image. So we've just got a white background on this section. So then the forms shows up pretty well. And this is actually, again, we're going to come in here to the CSS, and in the ID we're going to put join and save that. So now that that's set up, I can come back here to my ready to start button, and you can set this up beforehand. I just wanted to show you guys after the fact so that you can make the connection. So if I type this pound or number sign join, then that's going to make the link jump to that section. And then I want to come up here to the apply now button and go ahead and make that change really quick. And those are all set up. And we'll go ahead and save the page. This is always a good idea. Save often, save early. And then we've got a couple more sections and then we're done. So we're going to pop in a full width map. And you can see here we still need a Google API key. So really quick, easiest way to do that is a Google Map API key. And that'll jump you right into where you need to be. Now, if you're setting this up for a client, you may want to actually use their Google account to do so. Since I'm just doing this as a testing website, I'm going to leave this into my account. So here we go, get a key. It's pretty simple. Grabs you a key right there, finish it, and then that's going to set up your website. So 2 clicks in, we get our API key. We cannot put the API key in here though, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is we just saved, right? So we'll go ahead and drop out of the Visual Builder, go ahead and save and exit. Get in here into the dashboard. And then we want to come to the Divi theme options. And this is where we'll actually put our API key. Google API key. Save your changes. And then we'll jump back into the page in the Visual Builder and we'll finish it up. So we're back here in our full width map section. So let's pop back in here into the settings. You can see our API key is there. All right, so let's go ahead and add our item in. And our address we've got right here in our text document. And you just paste that in there and you click on find. And then the Google API will find it for you. And as you can see, we actually do still need to center the map. So we just put the same address in there. Click on find and then it's going to show up. And then it'll show here, you know, what our visitor is going to see. And I like to zoom out just a little bit, people can kind of see the general area of where it is. And I'm going to disable the zoom and the draggable. And I do want to put a title on this. And that'll set everything up for the map. We've got one last section left to go. Regular section with one column. We're just going to put in, actually this is going to be 2 columns. And in our settings you can see we use that dark blue again. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And we're going to add that logo image back in on the side. And then our contact information text we'll put on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and add in a text module. And then we'll copy and paste the contact information from the document we set up. And we'll just space it out a little bit better. Text color we want switch to light. This is actually going to be H1 or an H2 tag, and then I'm just going to bold these so they stand out a little bit. And I think I might have actually had the font, yeah, the font size is quite a bit bigger. So we'll come into our design settings, make the header font a little bit bigger, and our text will make bigger too. I just remembered I selected an H2 tag for this, so I'm going to jump back into the general settings and switch this to an H1 tag again, because then we can edit. Yeah, there we go. Then we can edit all the settings we want. One last thing I do want to do is you can see that I've got a little bit more padding over this so it lines up with the logo, kind of like we did up at the top of the other one. So I'm just going to put custom padding of about, I guess we'll go with around 7 maybe. Perfect, perfect. And on this one, there's a little bit more space above and below, which I think I'm going to leave. You can see I made it a little bit shorter on the other side, but I kind of like the extra space. And the last thing, or one of the last things we're going to do is I'll jump back in here. And this actually wants to be our contact link point. So we're going to type contact into the ID field. And then we're going to scroll back up here to the top. Because remember, we've got this button here, contact us. So we just need to link that up to contact. And now our button is going to jump right to the contact section when somebody types it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. That pretty much takes care of everything we need to do to get the landing page set up. There's one last final step we need to do, and that is set up the menus, and then we're actually going to redirect it and tell the website where our home page is. But you can see this page it's done, it's set up, it looks great. So we're going to pop back into the dashboard and go ahead and tweak a couple more of those settings. So let's drop down here to Appearance and Menus, and we're going to build the main menu for our site. I usually like to call them like main nav or main navigation, something along those lines. Okay, so these are all going to be custom links that we're going to add in. So our first one is our about. So we just do the hashtag about us to be the text. All right, and the second one we want is going to be our Apply Now button, which we had tagged as join. Our third button is going to go to that other website, so we do efpnow.energy. Commercial energy is the text. Add that to the menu. And then we're going to add a contact link. And there's one thing that I like to add to sites, especially if they're going to be viewed on a mobile phone a lot, is I like to put a link to the telephone number in. And that's really easy. Just need to grab, I'm going to copy the telephone number really quick. Jump back in here. So how to do a telephone number is to do the URL is TEL and then a colon and then the telephone number, and you want to get rid of any special characters, so it's just the 10 digits. And what this will do is if somebody's on a mobile device and they click this link, it's actually going to kick them right over to their phone and pop this phone number right in there, so they can just click on the call button and they'll be able to get in contact with you. It's a great thing to add to your responsive sites, especially if they're going to have a lot of mobile traffic, because most people, when they go to a website on a mobile device, the first thing that they're going to want to look at is to get in touch with you, get a phone number. So to finalize this, we're just going to click here, our display location. This will be our primary menu, and then we'll save that. And what that's going to do is replace that top navigation on the website with these links here. And one last thing that we need to do is come in here to settings and reading, and we need to tell WordPress what our homepage is, because by default WordPress is set up to display your latest posts, kind of like put your blog on your homepage. And we want to change that to a static page, so we just click here on a static page, we select our homepage, save the changes, and I think that pretty much covers it. Let's click here, let's visit the site in a new tab really quick. It's going to drop us right into our home page. And there's our website. It's our About Us information. Just want to make sure that our buttons are working. Yep, that one jumps right to the form. Got our contact information and our map. And everything is set up and ready to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you learned something. That's how easy and simple it can be to set up a website on the Mozaic platform. Once again, my name is Jimmy Blevins, and thank you so much for listening.